as you were saying, of us asking for more clarity, more different ways of, having, asking more of people that are training or giving us information, there is always going to be someone in the audience that didn't get it as well. And it will help to benefit everyone else. So I just thought that was kind of a unique way of thinking of it. And you don't always realize that the accommodations that we're putting, asking for, do benefit everyone else.
Yeah, and they're very rarely unreasonable as well. I think that's like the thing that I want people to take away. I have a quick tip for you on presentations, which you might find helpful, which I find ridiculously helpful. You might notice when I go through it quickly, I color code my presentations by section. So you'll notice it now because I do it in all my presentations. So I also don't remember what it said on the slides. They're only jogs for me. They're only like, what's this? So pink is what is multisensory learning.
Yeah.
White is examples. Black is presentations. Pink is new systems. White is back to learning your. So when it swaps over to because I know everything I have to say to you about being taught a new system. I can't remember what's on each side, which is why often when I go to a new site, I'm like, oh yeah, I said that. So blah, 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 blah. So my biggest thing is about moving from one section to the next. I'm like, what's this section? And so I color code my presentation. So I know I've moved on to a new section, and generally because I've rehearsed them, I know the section I've moved on to by the color. So yeah, that's what I do with my presentations, which you might find really useful. And also I make my titles fucking simple, and usually they're the same as well. So like, this is like just presentations, like, and so I always have something on the slide that gives me a quick, like, what are you talking about, Natalie? So I don't need to read this. I just like learning your style. Okay. And so I make my headings really big or really simple, or the color code will catch me out. So that's kind of like how I manage my presentation, because I am also not reading off the slides, have like literally no idea what they say. So that might be like something that you could help with.
That's great. Like, I just, it's just like the numbers and like all of the percentages sometimes that we have to like talk to. But I think that's a great, maybe, incorporating colors in that sense, and like also the, the sizing of things, of like the big points that I need to hit is always good. I think that me rehearsing and reading it, and it just kind of comes to me, and then when I'm speaking it's a little bit more smoother. But I get nervous inside. It's a mess. I don't know what the hell I said, and I'm moving on to the next thing. And it's probably okay, and it probably comes off okay with other people, but internally I just like have a meltdown, and it's all internal probably. And it's probably not that noticeable to other people. I'm hoping that's the case. But being prepared, and I love those tips that you gave too.
Yeah, I find just like even because I used to do this a lot at Amazon, even the like the little percentages I'd have to do differently. I would like embolden or something, just that they would like catch my eye like a little bit easier. So yeah, I would just try with if you have any control over the slides, because sometimes we don't, but if you have any control over the slides, just something that like catches your brain so that you can utilize that memory you've already got. Is basically what I find super useful.